Welcome. Today we are tackling a topic in Form 1, that is reasons for studying and religious education. The first reason why we study CRE is to understand God in a better way. We find that different passages in the Bible, because that is what we use mainly in studying CRE. The Bible talks about God. Therefore, when you study CRE, you get different meanings about what God is all about from the Bible and what He is asking us to do in the Bible, especially through the prophet and Jesus Christ. Number 2, we study CRE because it is a career subject that takes students to further studies. So after learning CRE, you can be able easily to take a career path of being a pastor or a priest or even a lecturer teaching theology in the university, because already the basis of these careers are made or are enabled by studying CRE. Number 3, it enables learners to think critically and make wise decisions. This is whereby after the learners sees how Jesus Christ dealt with particular challenges, especially the questions or rather the attack by the teachers of law, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and even the tax collectors. Number 4, CRE enables one to appreciate and value human life and the rest of God's creation. Here is whereby you learn that you cannot threaten human life in any way. After studying CRE, especially from 4 work, you are fully against mercy killing, that is euthanasia. So you are enabled now to understand that God is the one who gives life and is the only one who sustains it here on earth. Therefore, threatening it in any way is against even the 10 commandments. Number 5, to appreciate religion, that is one's religion and other people's religions. Remember, to appreciate your own religion is very easy because you already know it inside out. What's challenging is if you see how other religions are being practiced. For example, in CRE, you basically learn to appreciate all the other people, even with their different religions which are very different from you. So appreciating these people also means that, or respecting them, that means also you let them practice their own religions, at the same time showing them the love of Christ. Number 6, Christian religious education contributes to the development of a whole person. For example, it helps students develop wholly, that is spiritually, physically, and even mentally. Number 7, it enhances self-awareness. Here you're able to know who you are, how you came to be in this world. That means that you were created by God. Then you also know why you are in this world. Why are you here? In order to be able to worship, to be able to practice His works, or rather His will here on earth. And lastly, studying CRE promotes cultural integration. You are able to appreciate your own traditional beliefs and the traditional beliefs of others. And you are enabled, especially when you study the last chapter of African religious heritage. In some instances, you are, that is, during examinations, told to separate the economic, the social, and the spiritual benefit of studying CRE. So now, we are going to look at the social benefits of learning Christian religious education. And when we talk about social benefits, what basically we mean is how to relate with others. How Christian or studying Christian religious education enables one to relate well with others, those around him or her. Number 1, it guides the learners of the right behavior in the society and towards God. So, if you're behaving well or respectively, automatically you will find that you're relating well with all people. Number 2, CRE enables one to appreciate own culture and other people's culture. Number 3, another social benefit of learning CRE is that it promotes social equality and justice. After studying CRE, one learns that we are all equal in the eyes of God, no matter the background or where one is from or even who we are. You learn that all people should be treated as equals, just the way Jesus Christ here on earth used to treat them. Number 4, it promotes human dignity. This is whereby after learning the creation stories, remember that there is the first creation story and the second creation story. In both, you learn that God took time to create human beings because they are the most important creation. Therefore, it is the right of every person to be valued and respected. That is, recognize that all humans possess special value. Number 5, it instills morals. So when you talk about moral values like honest loyalty, respect, forgiveness, and even self-reliance. Economic benefit of learning CRE. And what are economic benefits? Is how people interact with things of value, in particular the production and consumption of goods and also the decisions in fiscality. So the first economic benefits of learning CRE is that it leads to career development. After you study CRE, you get a good basis for different careers. Whether you choose to be a lawyer, whether you choose to be a teacher, biology, or entrepreneur. Christian religious education enables you to have integrity in your work. Because you have people you work able to stay, and one finds themselves going up their career ladder because people can be able to trust this one, or even one can get a career in translating religious texts, because already by studying CRE you fully understand the different views in particular texts in the Bible, is in the scripture, and therefore the translation you can be able to be paid because it becomes your career. Number 2, another economic benefit of learning CRE is it promotes conservation of God's creation. Here, by learning CRE, you understand that conserving the environment in God's creation is God's mandate. So once you ensure yourself that there is no cutting down of trees or even plowing near riverbanks. That means to ensure that you yourself you're conserving environment, and this means the land becomes more productive. So those who are growing crops are able to get good yield or harvest. Maybe if it's a farmer, able to sell the best from their land. Number 3, studying CRE promotes national development. How is this an economic benefit? This is where a positive attitude towards work is instilled. That is in learning CRE. So you as a person, you're enabled not only work hard in your job, but you keep the same momentum day in, day out. Because God asks all of us to work. Because He Himself worked, especially in creating. It is in the creation story. Number 4, CRE instills moral values like integrity and honesty. And how do they economically benefit? These moral values of integrity and honesty ensures that one does not get involved in corruption. And actually, you're in the forefront in fighting aspects like embezzling of public funds and other injustices in the society. And lastly, on number 5, or another economic benefit of learning CRE is it unites all, promoting harmony and peace in the society. So if there is peace in a country, all people can easily contribute to their own economic growth and that of others. And this is where you find out that industries can thrive, or new companies can be started and thrive, and therefore adding to the economy. Look at those countries that are fighting now, like Iraq. Nothing, rather, economy is going downhill because people cannot be able to transact the security. Looks at how teaching of Christian religious education enhances a national unity. So here we are talking about how teaching of CRE ensures that a nation is united and is living in peace, or we can say that it is harmonious. Each and every person in the nation lives in harmony with one another. Number 1, through the teaching of CRE, the subject teaches us that we are all brothers and sisters of one another. So if we are all brothers and sisters, that means we should be able to live in unity. Number 2, the subject teaches the learner to appreciate his or her own cultural heritage and that of other people. So if we are appreciating each other's cultural heritage, that means that we are respecting each other's origins from our cultural perspective. Also, CRE makes the learner to acquire basic principles of Christian living. These principles are such as a love of God and the love of neighbor, and also love yourself. And actually, in learning of CRE, we learn that we should love our neighbors as we love ourselves. Also, CRE teaches living values and virtues of sharing, concern for one another, patience and tolerance. If we have all these virtues, we are able to share with one another what we have, or we are concerned with the welfare of the person next to you, and we are patient with them, and we can tolerate whatever they do. That means we have an harmonious living with them. Also, the subject teaches learners that we are all created in God's image and likeness, and that is, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. That means if we are created in the image of God, we should be able to love each other the way we love God. And lastly, the subject makes learners appreciate and respect one another. So if we are appreciating and we are respecting each other, we are at peace with one another, and it enhances our national unity.